Okay, so I got a request to talk about some candles and what you do about the candles you get from the city. So I don't really have a template or anything. Any talking points in here. I'm just gonna start talking, and we'll go from there, I guess. So the question was, what was the question? Let me pull it up. Question was, let me pull up the question. Do you craft candles or do you just sell what you find? If you craft, do you know of a crafting guide? No. I did not have I did not know of any crafting guides. I actually tried looking for it myself, but I could not find any. So I guess this is the guide, kind of. Well, not really. I'm not gonna go over everything about candles, but I'll just go over what I think is relevant in terms of profit regarding candles. So yes, you do craft your candles. So for your candles, you do not want any tier twos. You want to filter out all the tier twos. So in your loot filter, if you follow the advanced loot filter, it will filter out all the. Actually, you cannot edit it, so you cannot view it. So you have to create a copy of it to view it. And this is my copy of that advanced filter. So if you go to soul candles here, you want to use their default filter here. So the default filter is good because it hides all of the non-tier 1. It will only show tier 1 candles, tier 1 modifiers on the candles. So you definitely want to follow the advanced guide. If you follow someone else's guide, for example, I copied this guy's guide and I edited it a bit. To mimic the advanced guide. So my modifiers here are actually the same thing as the advanced guide. Or sorry, I don't know why I'm saying guide, advanced filter. So I'm just following that advanced filter. So in order to edit this, what you have to do is you have to click create from template, and then select the advanced filter, confirm, and there it is. And then you can edit it. From there, you can edit the candle, or sorry, the modifiers or filter rules for the candles, or you can just use their default filter here. Anyways, let me delete this. So you only want to pick up tier 1 candles. I have a tier 2 here, and that's because this failed one of my crafting sessions and it downgraded to tier 2. As for which candles you want to sell, which ones you want to craft, in my experience, and this is really gonna vary a lot based on what you have on what you have blocked down here. This is what I have. Is by no means the best. This is just what I have. Maybe you want to have certain other mods show because it's relevant to your build, but it's your build, so every single build is going to be using candles, right? So I would recommend you try to figure out which are the most popular candle modifiers and try to make those. So for example, if we look up, I'm not a Terra build, but max Terra quantity, these ones are like at least 50 or 60 FE. So any of the Terra modifiers, for example, like Terra trigger speed, or I think it's Terra trigger speed or Terra cast speed, or Terra damage, anything related to Terra will give you Terra quantity. Now, it won't always give you Terra quantity. It can give you Terra stacks too, so that's a brick. Usually I just vendor those or recycle those. But sometimes it'll give you Terra quantity and you'll profit. And before I go on over the modifiers some more, I want to show you what you can expect to get. So let me show you my sales history. So I actually have sold a lot of items here. As you can see, I have like 43,000 in sales, and I'm sure a lot of it, probably close to 10 or 15,000 of this, is all in candles. So I want to go through my history here and show you some of the sales you expect to get. And the reason why, even though the modifier might be useless, for example, I don't know, maybe this particular modifier, minus additional regain interval, maybe this is useless, right? But anytime a candle modifier or a candle is combined, it will have a chance to mutate. And the mutated ones are what can be very profitable. So for example, some of the very profitable ones from the top of my head are control. This one here, main skill is supported by level 1 control. I believe this is used by the mind control builds, mind control yogas or yugas. See, these are like pretty. They're about 300. So I would say they're about 350 or so. Or you can also get like crit damage, which is another like 200 something. Or even 300. Oh yes, 260C. 260 there, you see. So I think sorry, I'm drinking some boba. I think all modifiers have a chance to dip into this mutated list here. There's, I think if you put in the candles, then you can see the possibilities. Let me choose something random here. Oops, I don't have any for this one. So these are all the possible lists here. And a lot of them are actually worth a lot. For example, full defense. This is the one I use as well. This one's worth a lot. This one is about 200 FE. I think some other ones are good as well. Rebirth is good as well. So anytime you combine any tier 1 modifier, they have a chance to mutate and get one of these possible results. Maybe a third of the time they're actually worth a couple hundred FE. So once again, let's go to my history and let me show you some of the ones that I have sold. Sometimes a modifier by itself isn't worth too much, but if you add it with another, if you want to risk it, I usually like to risk it, and it will go up to a lot more. So if you buy this modifier by itself, you'll see that even though the secondary bad modifier is pretty bad, this one's pretty bad here. Even though it's a pretty bad negative, it sold for quite a lot, $2.99, right? With this elemental res. If you actually look it up though, the base itself is only like 50 or so. Yeah, 50 right here. So the base is 50, but if you gamble it, you could 40 right there. If you gamble it, it could go up quite a bit. So let me show you some more. See, max tear quantity is loaded for 60. This was 188, 40. Oh, I'm sorry, this one I bought. I was I was gambling some full defenses for fun. Yeah. Oh, I bought this one as well. I bought this one. Bought this one. Yeah, I was buying a bunch of full defenses to gamble. Okay, I sold this one. So even though sometimes they're trash, if you have extra tiers, you can just combine them and they'll maybe sell for something. These modifiers by itself, they're like less than 5 FE. I just trash them. But since I had some extra tiers, I just combined them. And this one sold for 30. So sealed mana The tier 1 is one of the few that actually sell by itself. If you sell a -8 sealed mana, let's see if I have one here. They're actually like, I sell a bunch of them for 20 FE. Oh, there it is. I'm not sure if this is accurate. I think if I search it, it will actually say 20. Or are they actually 30? Oh wow, they're actually 30. And these drop like candy. Oh, I wouldn't say like candy, but if you have your tree maxed out with all the duplicates, they actually sometimes drop like 10 or 20 of them in like one stack. So that's pretty crazy. So if you get these duplicate ones, or not this one, where's the duplicate one? Huh? Oh, this one. I guess that's the only one. If this triggers, it's pretty crazy. Actually, the reason why I'm kind of hesitating is because sometimes I get like 5 or 6 copies of or even more. As you can see here, I have like a bunch of the same copy. See, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I might have used some of them. I'm pretty sure I combined these like 2 or 3 sets already. So I had like 10 of these. I don't know why they're duping so many of them. Even though this says oops. Even though it says mix 1 copy, I don't understand. Is there another source somewhere that I'm missing? Am I crazy? Because I know if there's another source, then it makes more sense for it to be duped more than one time. So this is just additional quantity, it's not dupe. Huh, I guess that's the only node. Maybe it's a bug or something. But yeah, as you can see, this one dupes it more than just once. I'll show you another example. Look, this 12 aura, 4. See? Wait. See? I have like 3, 4, 5. I have like 5 copies of it. I don't even know why. So I'm not sure how that node works. But sometimes, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. But anyways, not gonna ramble about that too much more. Where was I? Yeah, anyways, the mutations are really good. So definitely always combine your tier 1s. And the -8 sealed mana are one of the ones that sell just by itself. Let's see what else there is to talk about. Oh yeah, so if you know what's popular for your build, try to make that certain candle. For example, I know Terra quantity and skill duration is really good too. So if you have a skill duration candle, then definitely try to try to combine it with a +1 Terra quantity, and it'll be really profitable. See, it's like 250. So if you sell the Terra quantity by itself, it's like 50 or 60, but if you combine it with skill duration, it goes all the way up to like 250, 240. So there's like a bunch of different combinations depending on your build. So yeah, for my build though, I know that like I showed you earlier, the this one sells for quite a lot. So this is the modifier I care about, and I know combining with LRS is good. But usually sometimes I actually have too many of the -8 -8 sealed mana candles, so I just start combining it with other stuff for fun. For example, I know elemental res is tier 1 elemental res is really popular, so I price check it, and if it's good, then I combine it. See, these are like 300 or 200. Sometimes it's worth risking it. If you look, the sealed, the LRS by itself is only like a little bit. Actually, it's more than I thought. No, it's only like 20, 30. Yeah, that looks like it makes more sense. I think some of these people are just overpricing theirs. It should be like 20 or 30 based on, yeah, see? Might have been the same one as before, but they're supposed to be a lot lower. A lot of these are overpriced. So sometimes it's worth combining it because there's a higher chance of making profit than not. And if you do enough of them, eventually you'll profit a lot. So let me show you some more of my sales history. See, sealed mana, I just sold it for 20, but right now they're actually going for like 30. Some random one I made. These two by itself are trash, but I combined them and they had move speed on it. I sold for 20. Adaptation is one of the mutations you can get. This one's kind of trash too. So anytime there's a modifier that goes to get two modifiers that goes together pretty well, you can price check those. And I saw that sealed mana with aura effect goes well together, and turns out I was able to sell for 75. More sealed mana. More sealed mana. So I'm telling you, I have so many of these sealed manas. Oh, this one sold for like 800. So far you've only been seeing some cheap ones. Once I go some more, you'll see that I have some fairly expensive ones that sell as well. See, even just this by itself, it doesn't seem that good by itself, but if you combine it with some others, some simple ones, they actually sell quite a bit. Terra quantity with aura effect. Barrier of Radiance by itself was only like 300 something, but since it had move speed on there, and possibly a build that uses lightning damage, I increased the price a little bit by 100 or 2, and I was able to sell it. So usually sealed mana and resistances and move speed are the three I would say are generally really good to add with anything else that are useful, and it will be able to increase the price a decent amount. Aura effect too as well. Just like some random stuff I threw together. More sealed mana. More sealed mana. I'm telling you, they drop like, there's so many of them that drops. So that's the mutation. More sealed mana. More sealed mana. Main Grudge is another good one. I think this is also used by the mind control builds. So this is the mutation you can get. Yeah, I have so many sealed manas. They drop like so many. And I don't know how they're duping, but they're duping. Projectile quantity, this one is main skill. Projectile quantity is also good. Sells for like 100 something. It's a mutation. Critical strike damage is good. 288. Terra quantity with move speed. Like I said, if you get a good modifier, a good red modifier, plus a tier 0 modifier, plus anything like aura effect, sealed mana, move speed, or Ela-res, something like that, it'll increase the price quite a bit. I've showed you at least like 30 sealed manas already. Oh, I made this really crazy one as well. It sold for 1500. I think when I made this one, it was actually from 3 tier 1s. So sometimes, or rarely, it'll drop you 3 tier 1s and it would dupe it. And in those cases, there's a very good chance of getting at least 2 red modifiers or 2 tier 0 modifiers. And if you get lucky, they can actually sell for a lot. In this case, I got 3 of them, two regular tier 0s and a mutation. And this one sold for quite a bit. So as you can see, let me go a little bit more to show you some more examples, but candles sell for a lot of money. These little 20 FEs really add up. This one's 450. Alright, anyways, I think that's enough examples. Ooh, 700. 500. Yeah, they're really profitable. Okay, so back to talking. What is that? What else is there to say? So you definitely want to combine all of them. And as you can see, I have a bunch more that I have not combined yet. Or I combined, I just forgot about, and I just threw it in here. Sometimes you have some tier 0s that are kind of trash. For example, if you get the Empower one, I think I cleared up these, right? Do I have any tiers left? I do not have any tiers left. But there's some modifiers that are absolute trash. Anytime you have a tier 0 modifier that has like multiple of them at like 5 FE or less, I would say either sell those or combine it with another tier 0 to hopefully sell for like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 FE. Or just recycle it because they just take up space. Once you do a lot of cities, you have so many. Actually, I had to actually buy a lot more storage space, as you can see. And then sometimes I just have to leave them on the ground because I just run out of space. But yeah, I would say you need to kind of do your research on what is popular for your build or other builds. You could do market research as well by just going to the builds here, clicking on any of the popular builds and seeing what they use and try to make those. So maybe if you can get +1 curse, you can combine it with these. This one is always popular, 2% damage, skill, or move speed. Because everyone wants to go faster, right? So try to get these and combine it with useful stuff. Yeah, so these ones are really popular. Everyone likes to go faster. Yeah, everyone likes to go faster. Okay. I don't know what else is there to talk about. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Make sure to use all your tiers. For me, it takes like 3 or 4 cities to cap this out. So don't forget to use them, otherwise you're just wasting them. Yeah, definitely try to combine them. And for sealed mana, the tier 1 sealed mana, you can either, if you have too many of them, you can try to sell them for like 20 or 30 FE, or you can try to combine it to make a more profitable one, like tier 1 LRS plus sealed mana. Those are pretty useful as well. Or sealed mana and aura effect. Those are useful too. yeah. Anyways, that's it. I guess. Let me know if you have any questions below.